All episodes and reviewed videos are now available on archive.org. Just search Headful of Radio as one word, and you'll find it all there.
Welcome to Headful of Radio, where a longtime Radiohead fan goes through the whole recorded discography alongside his friend, who's only familiar with the song Creep. Will we agree on the songs? Can I convert him into a fan? Let's find out.
Hello everyone, welcome to a different episode of Headful of Radio, where I will be your main host. It's me, Nico. Hello. And today it's going to be a little bit different because I will be interviewing Andrew about a recent trip he had, and we'll take it from there. So hello Andrew, how are you doing?
Oddly nervous.
Well, you have no idea what's to come. I mean, hopefully you have an idea of what's to come, but
it's like our show, so why am I nervous to talk to you in an interview as an interviewee?
You are the man behind the scenes that does all the work, so you know what things are going to look like. Obviously, I'm the element of the unknown, and I guess that's still true today, but you have maybe less structure than you're used to, perhaps. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think it's because I'm coming into it knowing all of where the episode's going to go, and I don't. You sent me all the questions with a spoiler note on it on Discord, and I didn't look at them on purpose.
I wanted to give you that option to either like be prepped or just have it be completely, how it comes.
Yeah, I've got my arms crossed right now in front of my chest, and I'm like a little tense, which is weird.
Well, however that appears is completely fine. I look forward to just hearing it as it comes. So, because I was a bit vague, we will be talking. I mean, do you want to introduce what this is about, or do you want me to do so? What would be easier for you?
No, go ahead. You're doing a fantastic job.
Good. So, in case you are new here, we do a podcast about Radiohead predominantly. And you just so happened to go and see Radiohead. Is that or is that not true? Was I lied to? I need to know.
This is true, yes.
This is true.
I did. Yes.
So I guess silly question, because obviously I don't even know how many episodes we've had now. I probably should have an idea.
We're somewhere in the 150s, by the way. I think when this comes out, it'll be close to 160.
So fair to say that, like, this is presumably a band that is, like, one that you enjoy or has some value to you. So I just want to start off with that stupid question of, why did you go to see them? Like, why was that important to you?
Well, they were the last band on my bucket list that I never thought I'd see. I became a fan in about 93 or 94. A friend of mine's brother had an MTV Buzzbin CD, which is basically like all of the best rock songs of that year. And it was like Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden, and Fun Lovin' Criminals, and Creep was on it. And then the next year, someone bought me the Bends on CD. And that I started learning how to play a bunch of the songs on guitar. So it's been that long. The Bends came out in 95. So this is like my 30th year of fandom, I guess. And so I met this couple in New York. I was in New York in March, and I helped them get a seat at a bar. And they were talking to me about how the difference between Canadians and Americans and where they're from, which is Cologne, Germany. And they said, in March, you should come visit us. You'd really like the Kolsch service. And I gave them a throwaway line as, if Radiohead ever tours.
Right. And at that point, you had no expectation to believe that was going to be anywhere on the horizon, I imagine.
Exactly, yeah. It was just like I need to come up with something to tell them that isn't completely dismissive, but just might not happen.
Right.
And then you and I met them in August.
Yes. What a weird coincidence that was.
Yeah, I landed, and then like an hour after I landed, they're like, "Are you here? Because we're here visiting." So,
And how did they come to find out or think that you might be there?
I think it was we started following each other on Instagram in March. So I think I had posted a story about landing or flying there or something, and or maybe it was at my hotel. I'm not really sure, but they're like, come drink with us. They were only there that night, the first night that I was there. So you and I had only met like a couple hours earlier, and now I'm introducing you Germans.
Yeah, and it was a great time. It's just so bizarre how that all worked out. And again, at this point, it was still not on our radar that there would be Radiohead performing on the horizon, right?
I think at that point there were murmurs, but I think they had at some point created like a company, like they got a company started to like help them build. I don't know how it works, but they started a company, and people online were like, "Ooh, that must mean that there's either an album coming out or maybe there's a tour." But still, I remember you and I laughing at the idea because they mentioned like, well, if Radiohead ever tours.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a month and a half later, Radiohead announced the tour.
Absolutely, that was really bizarre. Because I think very shortly after you pretty much getting back, it was like, what is going on?
Yeah, and I was messaging you like 400 things, and he and I tried to get tickets because he lives in Germany, and it was very much centered around people who live close to those areas get the tickets first. So after we tried, we failed. Like, and about a week later, I was in a pretty sad place going, look, I said to you guys I was going to go out there if Radiohead's touring. I don't have a ticket. Fuck it, I'm booking the tour without a ticket. I'm coming to see you guys. I said I was going to. I'm keeping my word.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Go ahead.
No, you?
I was going to say, well, one of the questions coming into this, that obviously Radiohead, a few different places that you could have go to see them. You had a couple months prior just come to visit me in London.
It's been an expensive year.
Right, absolutely. And then obviously you had seen them not too long ago in New York, right?
Yes, 3 times in 1 year. Which is from helping them get a table at a bar to seeing them in like 3 of the biggest cities in the world within a year is kind of nuts.
Really, really, really wild. Like, so cool to hear though. And like, one of those things that if I'd heard it like secondhand, I'd be a bit like, that's not true. But yeah, can verify and vouch for you that you are not just like making up an internet story.
Oh, thank you.
So I guess that explains why, of all the places you could have gone, you went to Berlin.
That's right. Yeah, I did.
And like you said, you tried to get tickets and then couldn't. So do you want to talk to me a little bit about the process of kind of securing or not securing tickets? Like, what was all that like for you?
Well, a lot of people were upset. I mean, you and I had luck when it came to Oasis tickets. It happened pretty fast.
You had luck. I was like number 200,000 in the queue, and you were like sub 100.
106 or something like that. Yeah,
right.
We had luck there, but we had no luck because they were playing 4 nights in multiple places. Right, every city they would go to, they play 4 nights, and we had no luck with any of them. So when I booked the trip to Berlin, I thought, okay, I'm going to book it long enough. They're playing Berlin from the 8th, 9th, 11th, and 12th, and then they were playing Cologne. Or sorry, they were playing Copenhagen. I think like the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th, or something like that. So I figured if I went from the last week of November until and then leave on the 13th of December, which is about 3 weeks, I can either get tickets in Copenhagen or Berlin, because Copenhagen's a 45-minute flight.
Okay, perfect. So it gave you options, essentially.
Yeah, 8 concerts within 2 weeks. I should be able to get 1 ticket. That sounds right.
And so at the point, obviously, of booking your tickets to go to Germany.
Yep.
You had no tickets, is that right?
I had no tickets until the week I left. I tried to buy one on a resale site. So I had 1 ticket for the 11th show, which is night 3. on the
Right.
floor.
So at that point, you'd secured your tickets. You knew you were going to get to see Radiohead.
Once.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you were basically going to get to do the massive thing that you were kind of joked about happening because it just felt so unlikely.
Absolutely.
So how did that feel at that?
Great. And I started messaging people on Reddit who were going to those shows, and I left a comment saying, if anyone wants to hang out with a Canadian, I'm there for like 3 weeks. Let me know when you're in. Send me a message. We'll hang out. I ended up meeting I want to say like half a dozen people, maybe more than that, over that time.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And how was that?
Fantastic. It was people from all over the place. So, I made one really good friend that I went to 2 shows with.
Amazing. So, spoiler there, you managed to get
Oops.
more than one. No. We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
So you managed to get eventually more than one ticket, right?
Yeah, I got 3.
3 tickets.
So I went on the 11th, and then I met who's now a friend on Reddit. Her name's Joelle, and she kind of half convincingly got me to buy a resale ticket for the 12th, because it's like at that point it was still considered the last night of the tour, but then Tom got sick and had to reschedule some dates, so we figured we would be seeing the last night of the whole tour. And then a week before the shows started in Berlin, Radiohead released premium seats. And I was in my Berlin hotel going, oh, should I do this? Should I get premium seats? I'm sitting in another country. Do I do this or not? I'm like, you know what? It's my favorite band. Fuck it. When am I going to ever get to do this again? So I got premium seats, which was first row, directly in front of the stage. They walked by me to get into the stage. I got a high five from Ed on the way out of that show.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was bonkers. It was as soon as I sat down, I was like, oh my God, 20
And
feet.
were you aware
from this
that would
band.
be kind of the setup that would potentially happen?
Well, I mean, I got row 1, and I didn't know. I had seen the setup of the stage being in the middle, but I didn't really know how close I would be in person, because it's hard to figure that out, right?
Yeah, and I imagine there's probably potentially multiple places they could have come in or walked past, right? Like it wouldn't necessarily be aside to you, or was that kind of a given?
It wasn't I didn't know. I had seen clips of it online, but I didn't know where I would be in that. And then a security guard walked up to us, me and the person on each side of me, and saying they had to tell us, okay, here's the deal. Don't high five them on the way in.
Okay.
Don't spill your beer on them, because then they'll have to turn around and do all this again. So yeah, that's when I was like, oh shit.
And did you manage to abide by those rules? Or?
I did, yes. I abided.
Understood. So talk me through. So you've got 3 sets of tickets at this point, or so at this point, had you been to any of the shows?
No. So I have 3 tickets, and this was I had spent 2 weeks in Berlin doing all of the tourist stuff before that, so I kind of got that all out of my system. Yeah, so I went to night 1 was December 8th. I was not at that one. I went to night 2, which was December 9th.
And where was that?
That was at the Uber Arena in Berlin. That's where all the shows were.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your next one, what was night 2 for you?
So night 1 was. Hold on, I'll just say them in 4, because there's 4 nights total. So I saw nights 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So you saw the last 3 of the 4.
Correct.
Gotcha. So you were there nights, the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Is that right?
9th, 11th, and 12th. You're close.
9th, 11th, and 12th. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because is that the one that Tom had to reschedule, or no?
No, what ended up, I think it was December 4th and 5th is what he had to reschedule. So I was in Germany when the rescheduling went out and posted like on my Instagram going like, well, if they're rescheduling the Germany ones, I'm staying here till Christmas.
Right. And
whatever.
so if we rewind a bit back then, so prior to you securing that first set of tickets,
Yep.
how confident were you that obviously you'd put yourself in the best position to kind of span 8 shows? Was there a part of you that worried that maybe you wouldn't be able to get tickets?
No.
No.
And the reason for that was I was watching Reddit a lot. There were a lot of people who last minute were selling their tickets. And when I mean last minute, it's like within an hour of the show starting.
Gotcha.
The subreddit had posts for each of the cities that had shows. So I had spoken to other people who were coming to Germany or in Germany looking for tickets, and a lot. I kept saying, you can get one last minute. There were a lot of people who were ill or couldn't travel or whatever last minute reasons you have for missing a show. So I knew I would get one. It was just like, I don't know if I would get more than one or if I would get just one.
Gotcha. So you felt you were pretty confident that it was going to happen?
Yeah, somewhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you obviously just said there, like, you weren't sure if it was going to be more than one. So did you have a bit of a game plan that you would try to get to multiple, like, going into this? Or
Absolutely.
was that something that, right, so you always kind of planned to hopefully, what was it, like, you'd go for 2, as many as you could? Was there, like, a line that you were like, if I could go to all of them, I will? Or where was that for you?
There was an expense line. It was because of how different the Canadian dollar is to the euro. It's not as bad as the pound, but it's not close. It's somewhere between the pound and the American dollar is where the euro is. So I'm like, okay, I need to set myself a guide of how much can I spend Canadian.
Yeah.
And I think I hit that with the premium ticket on the night 2, my first concert. I think I hit that exact amount.
Right. I was going to say, were the premium tickets presumably the thing that helped you reach that amount? Because I imagine that could do it.
Yeah, the premium ticket was like 350 euros.
Okay.
Hey, Google,
So
what's 350 euros to Canadian?
0.60 Canadian dollars.
There you go. 350 euros is 560 Canadian dollars.
Does she have a British accent?
Yeah, I gave her a British accent.
Fair enough.
Seems kind of mean. She's like a little bitchy, and I like it.
I was like, she sounds like one of my people. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so it's 550 Canadian for one, and then the other 2 standing were about 200 each Canadian.
That's what I was going to say, because actually the price difference, that I could see how that would be very alluring.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like that much more to get that experience of what you'd come to find was you high-fiving Ed.
Exactly, yeah. And plus, I have shin splints, and so I'm like, well, I got 2 big days of standing coming up, so I better sit for one.
Right. So ahead of going, was there any sort of prep that went into, like, going to, whether it was just Germany as a whole, like going to see them, whether it's like, I don't know, like mental things, like rituals, things that you wanted to make sure you had packed? What was that sort of process like for you?
I brought 80 stickers for the podcast and put them up all over the city. There's some by the TV tower. There's some all around the arena. Anywhere I went, I put up a sticker because they have QR codes on them now. So I was like, well, put this up here.
That's a level up from when we did it in London. So
yeah, I'm slowly learning. And just talk to people online. But the funny thing is, my prep for it was exactly what I did when you and I saw Oasis, because I told you I don't want to go pee during the show, so I'm not drinking beer.
Right.
I'm not drinking much water. So I ate a half a pizza on night 1. My first night. I'm like, I'm gonna have half a pizza for lunch. That'll fill me, and then I'll go, and I'm not gonna have to pee. That was my whole thing. Like, I don't want to get up and go pee, even though I might be seeing another song that I've seen already. I just don't want to go pee.
Right.
That was it. That was my whole prep. Here, everyone have a sticker. I'm not going pee. Oh, and I brought Kleenex to the show because I assumed at some point I was going to get emotional. I just didn't know when.
Right. Understood. Yeah, because this was a really big deal for you.
Yes.
But you said it was kind of the last on your bucket list, did you say?
Yeah, last band of the bucket list. Right now I have to redo it because I don't think there's anybody on it. I mean, that isn't that old.
Right.
Yeah.
But the last like possible thing that you felt like this is actually maybe on the like possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I got to do. I'm going to take in every moment of this as much as I can because I don't know if it'll be ever a thing I see again.
Yeah. I'm honestly so happy for you that you managed to get them because I remember being like, oh my God, he's like going without a ticket. Like, this is wild. But I could tell you were confident. And I was like, he seems to know what he's doing. I trust in your judgment. And obviously you're in that space. So you have that, awareness of what was going on. And you more than pulled it off.
Well, yeah, it's very much like this podcast where it's like, I need to know what the variables are. And if I can understand how I can work the variables, then I will feel more comfortable doing it.
And so was there anything else like prior to that first night that was like a particularly like notable moment, whether it was leading up to or like whilst you're in Germany?
I spent a weekend with my German friends in Cologne. I took a train up to Cologne, which is a 2-hour train ride, and very confusing because it's, all in German. And but I got there. We drank quite a bit. They got me to do karaoke.
Oh, awesome! What did you sing?
I sang "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Solid.
And then because the crowd wanted me to do one more song, I put in "Ice Ice Baby."
Very nice.
Yeah, but I was very intoxicated. I don't remember getting back. Like I remember them driving me back to the hotel that I was staying at, but I don't remember going from their car to the room or getting myself to sleep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I did see other bands when I was there. I saw a band called Water From Your Eyes, which was really. I saw the Japanese House and Magda Novels, who is like a Swedish independent singer who was very, very nice. I ate a lot of food. I broke a tooth on some of the food. I saw all the Christmas markets. I went to the TV, like all the things you're supposed to do. I did a tour where the wall is, the Jewish memorial, all that stuff.
Oh, amazing. So you really just jam-packed kind of a vacation / holiday in and of itself.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Very
Radiohead
cool.
was like the end bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So then comes day 2, or I guess your version of your first night.
Right.
Walk me through whether it's like the day before, how you're feeling leading up to it, or kind of the start of that day, and kind of, I don't know, were there any emotions associated with like that lead up?
Oh, I don't normally get anxious or nervous until I'm at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also, or going to the thing. That's also like when I've played shows with the band, it's like I get there and then I'm like, okay, let's figure this out. So I don't think I wasn't super nervous until I went to buy some shirts first.
Mm.
And I wasn't super nervous until I sat in my seat.
Right.
And then I was like hyper aware of like, oh, I have all this stuff with me. I got to find a way to put it under my chair. I'm by myself. I don't know anyone here. I got to introduce myself to somebody. Whatever.
How was that? How did you decide who to bounce on?
Well, the guy beside me was very nice. He's from out of town, and the women on the other side of me were also super nice. And one of them, who now follows the show on Instagram.
So,
We had a conversation, and she's like, "Are you gonna cry?" I said, "Yeah, I got Kleenex in my flannel here."
What led her to saying that?
Well, because that's the Radiohead thing. Everyone knows someone's going to cry at these. It's just
Gotcha.
who the band is. I mean, I've cried like 5 times on this podcast.
But I was like, how does she know that?
Because that's how you know you're a good Radiohead fan, when you know.
Gotcha. Awesome.
She might have seen my Kleenex.
Awesome. So you felt like in a well set up place to like just feel, I guess, comfortable at that stage.
Safe. Yeah. And so she said, I'm going to cry if they play Pyramid Song, because she said that would be the song they would play at her funeral.
Mm.
And then she asked me what I said, All I Need, because I did a cover of it for my wife and I used to sing it to her. And then we both were like, oh, we're both in trouble.
Because you checked what was potentially going to be?
No, I did not. I had seen other dates, and that they had a rotating schedule, but I didn't, of what they were playing on the set lists.
Right.
But I didn't look at, like, any as it got closer, I looked at it less and less.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you felt from, like, the songs you shared, you thought there's a good chance maybe we're going to be crying tonight.
Yeah, but I didn't look at the set list from night one, and I didn't. I knew I would probably get it in one of the 3 nights. I just didn't know.
So yeah, like, at this point, just walk me through kind of what happens from then on. Like, I guess whatever you feel comfortable with sharing in terms of how it went from there. Well,
it's odd. The show started an hour after they started playing this cool stuff on the screens, and it's like something to get the crowd going. Like, there's these weird square lights that I can't even describe to you what they look like, but like each corner of the circle on the stage had a bit of a square light going on it, and it would go on around the outside of that square, then it would go like on our side and then the other side, and people kept cheering for whatever side the square was on. And then the lights get even darker, and that's when Radiohead walked by me. Can you see the screen?
I can, yeah.
Okay. This is me playing Radiohead walking by me. Look, there's Johnny.
So cool.
Look, there's Phil and Colin, and here's Tom. And there's Ed.
That's wild.
So yeah, that's kind of how it started. I was like, "Oh God, this is really happening." I can't believe where I'm at.
How does it feel even just watching that back?
I think I've watched it like 6 times because I'm like, I can't believe this happened right in front of me.
Right.
There's a couple clips that I have from YouTube that I was like, oh shit, this is really happening. So, yeah.
Awesome. So that's them coming in. Yeah. What was, I guess, take me through kind of the rest of the performance and the night then. Or any notable bits that I guess what really stood out to you, whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Okay. So they start with 2 + 2 is 5, which we just reviewed recently, you and I.
Right.
But then they went from that to Airbag, and I hope this is the right clip. And Johnny forgot to retune his guitar.
I think I remember you sending me a clip about this.
Yeah. See him, the thumbs upping?
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
But in that moment, for me, it was nice to be like, oh yeah, like my favorite band are still people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like the humanness of it all. Like,
yeah.
I know some people come and expect like pristine perfection, like everything goes, very much to the exact beat that it's supposed to and all that jazz, but
exactly.
Yeah.
And then so song 4 was the first, I'm getting emotional talking about it. Song 4 was the first time I cried that night. We haven't gotten to it yet when this comes out, but All I Need starts with a hum. It's kind of like a soft hum. And the moment I heard it, I out loud said, "Oh fuck," and immediately started crying. My neighbor that I spoke about earlier also gave me that the look you have when you know someone else is emotional.
Yeah.
Right? It's that I feel so bad for you look. And I went from complete enjoyment, the song before, which was Jigsaw Falling Into Place, which you haven't heard yet either, to just lost. And so I have a video that I recorded of that, but I was holding my phone up without looking at it because I was just like, my head was down and I was completely overwhelmed with emotion for the whole song.
Yeah.
So it was I've been emotional at shows before for various reasons, but this is the first time where it was like, yeah, it was like the enjoyment of being there and what that song meant to me.
Was there anything in particular like going through your mind?
No, it was just, I mean, it's grief stuff, really.
Yeah.
That's kind of the most of it. That song used to be my alarm clock back before they released the album. There was a live version that was circulating online, and that it used to be my alarm clock even back then. So like before the album came out, and yeah, I just lost it. And you know, the people that were around me were quiet because they could tell I was struggling, which was nice.
Right.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 songs later, Pyramid Song starts.
Okay.
And my neighbor, like, we share glances, and she starts getting hit with it. And I put my hand on her back quickly, and then I took some of my own Kleenex out and like held her hand and gave it to her in her hand. I'm like, here, it's if you need it. And it hit her, and it was sort of like that it made me feel like I was in a room with 16,000 other people who were like friendly therapists, or we're going through this together.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Did that help in some way take like an edge off, in the sense like after you had that like 6 songs prior?
Yeah.
That sort of moment. Yeah.
It was warm. It was like everybody kind of is waiting for that moment.
Can you imagine? And I guess the back of that, like how, like, did you feel like you kind of in some way like bounced back from that? Like, how long did that take? If so, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I did, because after All I Need, they played Full Stop and Nude and Reckon, all songs you haven't heard. But then they played Separator, which is the song I covered for the theme song of our show.
Ah.
And I was like, oh man, this is so good.
Mm.
And then after Pyramid Song, they played Sit Down, Stand Up, and it fell apart. That big techno box with the cables that Johnny has, I don't know, it just stopped working, or it worked too fast. And so something happened where somebody played a note, or something happened, and I was like, that didn't sound right. So as soon as I realized that, I turned my phone and recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see Tom stops. Mm-hmm. And then Johnny goes, I don't know what to do. Tom's like, and Ed just looks frozen there.
Yeah. He's like, do I...
Yeah. And then Tom stops again. See?
Mm-hmm.
And then goes, fuck it, let's do this. And then you hear the audience get excited. And for me, I'm like, they're cheering you getting your stuff back together in the middle of like this accentuating amazing bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is everybody's like friends here.
Right. That must have been such a powerful like energy and just like connectivity. Yeah.
But the thing for me is this part, I spoke to you about how much I love it when we recorded our episode. And then just seeing Tom do this stuff, like, oh, I get it. You can recover from it and still be good
Yeah.
and have fun.
I'm just really, just taken in by it all. That seems like a really cool moment where there's kind of like that almost like lull, like a what's happening, and then it all
Yes.
just builds and it all just carries on.
And now here he is
Doing his
dancing
thing. Yeah.
around and having fun and going, oh, you're with me on this, fans.
Hmm.
We can screw up, but you'll still be happy you're here kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's so cool.
Yeah. So that was sort of
Amazing.
like the, oh my God, this is more than just seeing them play.
Right.
They're happy to be here too.
Yeah. There's like that kind of like reciprocity of like you're feeding off them, but they're also feeding off you. And yeah.
Yeah.
So how far in was this roughly kind of into
a couple more songs before the encore. I would say just
so
past
towards the end.
halfway. Yeah.
Oh, so what a cool time for that to kind of happen then. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still, you're kind of building to that almost like apex, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah. So it's like, what did I just watch? I don't know, but it was great. And
Right.
no one else got this.
Yeah, that was something cool to like have that sort of like spidey sense moment. Like, I'm going to capture this.
Exactly. So a couple songs later, they played exit music for a film, which you and I know, right? From Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that might be one of our bigger sort of differences in scoring. I feel like potentially. I can't remember. I have to revisit that to see if I've made that up or not.
And it's
like
also our most popular episode.
Oh yeah, of course, because it like just comes up if you search it on Spotify, right?
Yeah, it's our most popular episode of everything.
Yeah.
You gave it a Colin and a half, and I gave it an Ed.
Okay, so it's not too wildly different.
But it made me cry.
Mm.
And then they played Street Spirit, which almost made me emotional. But then they came back from the encore and played Let Down immediately, and I started crying.
Yeah.
And then a couple songs later, they played How to Disappear Completely, which is another song you and I had a big difference in, and is one of our revisits, because I gave it a Tom and you gave it an
I gave it a how much?
Ed and a half.
Gotcha. Okay,
So
yeah, I look forward to that revisit then.
Yeah, so that one was the one that I was like, oh my God, this is emotional. I'm like, yeah, it was a lot.
Mm.
So then they played Paranoid Android, and they're there at the closer of was exhausted
Can imagine.
and slept very well.
Right. All cried out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next day I went, I forget what I did. Oh, I did my own tour of David Bowie areas around the city. So I'm tired.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, because you would have had that flex day, right? Before.
Yeah.
What would have been night 3, but your second. Right.
Yeah. So, I did draw a map. I had spoken to my friend Joel, who I was going with on night 3, and we were getting the floor. And I was like, I need to go home or to the hotel and draw a map of the stage and where they come in and where we come in, which is a different side of this building. Because I'm like, if I want them to know, like Tom moved around quite a bit. Everybody kind of moved around here and there, but I'm like, I want people to see that I'm hanging out with, to see the best version of what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So I drew a little map on a Kleenex to show Joelle and some friends. Like, okay, here's where everyone is. Where do you want to go for night 3?
Hey everyone, Nico here. Well done on making it this far. That ends part 1 of my interview with Andrew on his trip to Berlin to see Radiohead. And stay tuned for part 2, where we will be discussing a further 2 concerts. So catch you then. This podcast is recorded and edited using Discord, Riverside, and GarageBand. The intro and outro music is a Radiohead cover and can be found on Bandcamp under the name Lift. That's Lifte. Find us on TikTok, Vimeo, Instagram, and archive.org under the name @HeadfulOfRadio.